Today we're going to be extracting calcium from eggshells with a little vinegar for our gardens. We're going to start off by heating our oven up to 300. Taking the eggshells we had for breakfast this morning, we're going to leave them in for 3 minutes. Once the eggshells have been in the oven for 3 minutes, we're going to take white vinegar and extract pure calcium from the eggshells. If you're experiencing blossomendrot on your tomatoes or either your peppers, this is the way to get your plants immediate calcium, and it's a fun experiment to do with your kids or grandkids if you have any. We're going to start by crushing the eggshells. We don't want them too fine because we want the vinegar to have something to bite on. Okay, let's extract some calcium. Take your mason jar and we're going to fill it with our eggshells. Now I'm using a 20-ounce mason jar, and what we're going to do right here, we're just going to add our crushed eggshells. It doesn't really matter the amount of eggshells that you use because we're going to use a 50-50 ratio eggshells and white vinegar. There are videos all over the internet telling you to add eggshells in your garden for calcium, but the truth of the matter is the eggshells, if you put them in whole or crushed, as you see right here that I'm putting in the mason jar, those eggshells probably won't be available for the plant for 6 months to a year, maybe even 2 years in some cases. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a calcium brew that's available immediately to your plants. Just listen at the chemical reaction of the vinegar extracting the calcium straight from the eggshell. Okay, let's extract some calcium. I'm sorry, but this is just amazing to me. This is my first year gardening and I'm consuming as much information as I possibly can. And for as many people out there out here complaining about blossomendrot on their tomatoes or on their peppers, I haven't experienced any. And I do believe it's because I've been using this brew. We're not even 5 minutes into this, and look at how the vinegar is just ripping the calcium directly from the eggshells. Listen to the chemical reaction. That's amazing. Right now, we're about 2 hours in on this. This whole process takes about 24 hours. When the eggshells stop dancing and they settle down, that means the eggshells have neutralized the vinegar, and the vinegar is extracted 100% calcium, ready and available to use by your plants. 5 hours in and it's still reacting. Here we are 24 hours later, and our brew has finally settled down, and all that's left to do is screen the eggshells from our solution. The pH on this should be somewhere around a 5.5, and that's primarily because of the vinegar. This is very strong calcium, and it should be somewhere in the 330 range. This is perfect for foliar feeds or root drenching, but you definitely want to dilute this 1 tablespoon per gallon, almost pure, and your plants are gonna love you for it. And once again, eggshells are good for your garden, but it can take up to a year and sometimes more for those nutrients to be released into the soil. So this, in my opinion, is by far the best way to use eggshells in your garden to get that immediate calcium in order for your plants to grow healthy and strong. I'm going to strain this one more time while adding it to my garden go-tos. And here's another tip for using eggshells in your garden. I found this little coffee grinder for about $7. Whenever I make my calcium brew, I take the discarded eggshells, throw them in the grinder, make a powder out of it, sprinkle it around the base of your plants. It makes perfect food for the earthworms.